In a quiet village, life was simple but hard. Every morning, a small pug puppy would draw water from an old stone well. Her hands were small, but her spirit was strong. A little way off, her older brother carried a heavy bundle of firewood. His tiny frame stooped, but his eyes filled with a sense of duty. They were poor, but they had each other, and that was enough. One morning, the bucket felt unusually heavy. The rope slipped from her grasp, and in a terrifying instant, she lost her footing and tumbled into the dark well. The splash echoed through the still air. Her brother heard it. His heart sank. Dropping the firewood, he sprinted towards the sound, his feet kicking up dust. He peered into the darkness and saw his sister struggling against the water, her terrified eyes looking up at him. Without a second thought, he jumped in. The cold water shocked him, but his only focus was his sister. He grabbed her, pulling her towards the surface, fighting to keep them both afloat until they were finally out. She lay motionless in his arms. Too still, a desperate cry escaped him as he carried her away from the well, his small legs covering mile after mile. At the hospital, he stood before a doctor, shaking. "Please save my sister." The doctor glanced at some papers, then back at the boy. "No money." The words felt like a physical blow. The boy looked at his empty hands, a new resolve hardening his gaze. If money was what it took, he would earn it. He found work wherever he could. He lifted heavy tins of oil, fried food over a searing hot wok, and carried sacks of potatoes that seemed to weigh more than he did. He pushed a food cart through bustling streets, peeling potatoes until his paws were numb. Day and night, he worked, fueled by a single-minded purpose. People passed by, rarely giving him a second look, but he never faltered. Standing on a small stool, he served food, collecting every coin with tired but hopeful hands. He counted the money over and over before rushing back to the hospital. He placed every last bill into the doctor's hands, his entire earnings, his everything. After what felt like an eternity, a miracle happened. His sister opened her eyes. He gently fed her warm soup, his hands trembling slightly. She smiled, and in that moment all his strength gave way to tears of relief. They held each other in a long, tight hug, afraid to let go. Later, under the warm sun, he carried her on his shoulders. They walked down the road, their soft laughter mingling with the breeze. They were still poor, still tired, but they were together. Because sometimes heroes aren't the strongest or the bravest. They're just family, the ones who refuse to ever give up on you. Thanks for watching.